property expert Luke Doonan is here, and he'll be looking at more issues to do with the property market. Now, Luke, what's the main subject you want to talk about today?
We're going to be talking about everything to do with property, buying, selling, renting, mortgages, but in particular repossessions, people that are being faced with repossession and not knowing what to do.
For people who are at home, who are facing, you know, the red letters coming through, you can help, yes?
We can, yeah. Repossessions are going up and up and up, and it's just about communicating with the mortgage company.
There's a way out of that. You don't have to lose your home.
There is in most cases, yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Figures from the Nationwide out this week show the average house price has had 30 grand wiped off its value in the last 12 months. The national average salary, 25 grand. Well, in the final part of this morning's show, I'm joined once again by housing guru Luke Doonan. He's been in the business of buying and selling houses for 18 years. So in uncertain times such as these, he knows what he's on about. So what kind of things should people be calling about today?
Well, firstly, I'd like to put some positivity out there. I know it's a tough time, but we really need to try and, you know, be positive, really, in any situation. As I said before, there's such bad press. We need to kind of look at things individually. And today, I think we're going to talk about repossessions more than anything else.
Well, it's certainly just the big fear at the moment, isn't it? That people just aren't going to be able to afford their mortgage. If somebody at home, by the way, obviously you can give us a call if you'd like particular advice. But if you're at home and you really think, even if before you got the letter from you're still paying a mortgage, but you're thinking, I actually can't manage this. Can you negotiate with your mortgage company?
You can. Most mortgage companies would much rather not repossess you. Most mortgage companies would like to kind of get some money coming in, even if it's a quarter of what you're paying. But the most important thing is really to communicate, even if you think you're going to start getting into difficulty, before you start getting letters. And the most important thing to do is do not ignore the mortgage company, because the minute you do, you go into a very bad debt trail, and then it's probably too late after, say, the second or third letter you get. So it's all about communication and being really honest with them. And I know what a lot of people are doing are actually writing their budgets out and sending it to the mortgage company and saying, this is what I can pay, can we come to an arrangement? And in most cases, the mortgage companies will.
And what are the options then? Payment holiday is one.
Payment holiday.
How long would they suspend in most cases?
Depends on the company, really. 3 up to 6 months.
Okay.
3 months, 6 months.
And reduced payments?
Yep. Some will go for 50% payments for a
period.
Would
they go for interest only, for example, if you've got a
definitely,
interest
yeah.
and repayment?
There'll probably be a small administration fee for that, but that's becoming very popular as well. Just go interest only. Wouldn't recommend long term, but temporary, fine. Just
to get through the next, what is it, 1 or 2 years, really?
9 to 18 months. No one really knows, but I would say a year to 18 months before we're back on track.
Well, that sounds a bit more positive anyway.
Let's be positive.
House prices are falling at the biggest rate since 1991. Are cheaper houses? Are they actually, well, they're good news for some people, aren't they?
For people buying, it's great. I think if people are selling, now it's not so good if you've bought over the last 2 years with quite inflated prices. Obviously, we've had 10–15% a year for the last 8–10 years. So my advice would be, if you don't need to sell, don't sell now. OK,
let's go to the phones. Amy.
OK, guys, we're going to start with Suzanne first on line 1.
Morning, Suzanne.
Morning.
Hello, Suzanne. What do you want to ask Luke?
Oh, right. My mum passed away in June, and I was just wondering, I mean, the house is actually up for sale now, but I was just wondering, because we're having no interest at the moment, whether it was worth renting it out or not.
Is there a mortgage on it at the moment, Suzanne?
No, there's no mortgage on it. It's like my mum's house is all paid for.
Hi, Suzanne. I think in your situation, if you don't need to sell it now, I would probably hold off and possibly rent it out. But bear in mind, you're going to have the hassle of renting it. If you are going to have to take a real hit on the property, i.e. a lot less in income, I would definitely rent it out, 100%, and maybe look at it in 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, so you best, do you think to rent it out on a short-term lease then?
What's the shortest lease you're allowed to rent somewhere else
for? Well, unofficially you can rent it out for any amount of time. I would go for a short hold tenancy, which is standard 1 year, but you can put a 6-month break clause in. So I'd say 6 months. And
for that paperwork, do you need to go to a lettings agent, or is there some way you can get hold of that paperwork yourself?
I would probably get a solicitor to do it.
Right.
And not a letting agent, unless they're ARLA registered, the Association of Residential Letting Agents.
ARLA.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Luke. Amy.
OK, next call is Jennifer, and she's on line 2.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, hiya.
Hi, what do you want to say to Luke?
Well, basically, over the last few years, I've just kind of worked really hard, and I've saved like tons and tons of money. Basically, everything I've earned, I've just put it into savings, to just living on, you know, the bare minimum. And I've got about, say, like £150,000. I'm living in a council flat house at the moment, and my plan was, because obviously I wanted to buy this place, is it a good idea to sort of continue saving? Because my house is worth about, I think, 300,000 roughly. That's how much the houses are going on this street at the moment.
Now, this is the council house that you're living in?
Yeah. And I was
Which you don't, so you don't own it at the moment?
No,
so
I don't, no.
You want to know whether to buy it?
Yeah, I wanted to find out, is it a good idea to buy it now or wait until I've got enough to buy it cash? Is it a good idea to buy something...
Hi Jennifer, there's a couple of things you need to look at. Do you want to buy it? Would you like to have it as your...
I do, because eventually if I buy this place, I could convert it and have like a flat or something that I could rent. And
okay, and I believe you'll still get some kind of discount as well.
Yeah, I think the discount's only 16,000 though.
Okay, that's still good, 16 grand, and you've got 150, so you're in a really, really good position.
Yeah. Or should I just buy somewhere? I know you can.
Just to interrupt a second, Jennifer.
For 150,000.
Hang on a second, Jennifer. What Jennifer's talking? She's talking in the kind of way everybody was talking about 2 years ago. Oh, shall I buy this property and I'll invest a little bit? Now that investments have gone the other way, is property still a good investment?
Yes, long term, 100%.
What's long term? How many years?
I would always say more than 5 years.
Okay.
And Jennifer, I would probably 100% buy your home because you want to live there. That's the most important thing, and it's your home. Will you be able to afford, say, the £150,000 mortgage repayment?
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, if I can save in the last 4 years 150 grand, then easily I can afford the mortgages.
I wish I had your job to have that kind of money.
I just work in just an ordinary, I'm just a shop assistant. But I've just basically everything that I earn, I live on basically like £50.
That's some busy shop you work in.
Yeah.
You're earning that money. I won't ask any more questions. No. I would probably definitely buy it, and you'll be in a really good position.
Should she buy it now, or should she wait?
Is it good to buy it cash, though? That's the thing.
No, not necessarily. I mean, the fact is, if you go in with 50% deposit, you're going to get a fantastic mortgage rate because you're only going to be borrowing 50%. And my view, if you're looking more than 5 years, buy it now. I don't think there's going to be a massive difference between buying it now and next year. And certainly because it's a council house, the value I don't think will change that much. So I would buy it. Jennifer,
thanks for the call. I want to rush in one last call, possibly, Amy.
Yeah, let's go to Emma then on line 3.
Hello, Emma.
Hi,
Good morning.
What do you want to say to Luke?
Yeah, I've got a together mortgage with Northern Rock, and I'm in arrears. I've had to remortgage over the year for a litigation case that I've been fighting, so it's not been for anything.
How long have you not paid the mortgage for, Emma?
Well, I'm making payments, but I have a few thousand arrears on the property, and my fixed rate ends,
Okay, very quickly, because we're running out of time. Have you had a letter threatening repossession?
Well, no, but I have had what's called a MAL agreement put in place by the company, which assigns me a caseworker.
Okay, let me pass you to Luke.
Okay, I think the best thing to do is the great thing is you've got a caseworker, is just to communicate and liaise with the caseworker as much as possible so they know your position, and just try and negotiate the best payments for you. The fact that you have a caseworker, you're in a good position, and it's highly unlikely that if you're making any kind of payment, they would repossess you at this stage.
Emma, thanks for the call. Best of luck. I think a lot of people in that situation really struggling.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, very quickly, for people who are really worried about the mortgage, are interest rates going to go down this week?
I think they are.
By how much?
I think not 1%, I think 0.5%. I really think that hopefully banks will start to pass this on. I know you were talking about it earlier to lenders, but it will only affect people with tracker rate mortgages.
Okay. Right, thank you very much then,
pleasure.
Luke. And now that's all we've got time for today.